He's going to be a solid quarterback, okay? Not this year. This isn't the year.
40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to...
Welcome back to another episode of the Ian Fritz Show. We have a really fun one. As you can see behind me here, we're doing a tier list. We are doing a tier list of every Power 4 projected starting quarterback for the 2025 season. You have my tiers over here, wherever I am in this picture frame. We got the top tier. So I did it by a couple seasons by some quarterbacks. So 2007, Tim Tebow. That is the upper echelon. That is the top of the top. Can't get higher than that, okay? Then we have 2015 Deshaun Watson. I tried to pick seasons people remember and are astounded by. So 2015 Deshaun Watson didn't win Heisman, but I mean, he was right there. Incredible season by Deshaun Watson. So I think he's a second tier right below that 2007 Tim Tebow season, okay? And then we have a 2024 Dillon Gabriel. He came in, he had some expectations. He outperformed those expectations. So that's going to be that third tier, okay? And then right there in the fourth tier, we just got generic white guys, okay? There's a lot of these guys here that we're going to get to that are like, what's he really going to do? Also, he just looks like a generic white guy. Then we have a couple redheads that we're just going to slot in right there in the middle. And then we have 2024 Quinn Ewers. Texas fans already coming at me. Why is he so low on this thing? Well, he had a lot of expectations, 2024 Quinn Ewers did, okay? And he didn't meet those expectations, okay? So that's going to be tiers of guys with some expectations where I think they're probably not going to meet those. And then right below Quinn Ewers, we just have who? We don't really know this guy, don't really know anything about him, and we may not even know his name, and that's okay. And then we have 2024 DJU rounding out the pack down there at the bottom, just expecting abysmal seasons from some of these guys, okay? Without further ado, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you wouldn't mind, subscribe down below, comment, Ian, I disagree with you here, and I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you, and we'll have some chats about it, okay? All right. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into this thing. First up, we got Aiden Childs, Michigan State quarterback, okay? This kid is a stud, okay? Now, he has some expectations. First year last year with, or I guess second year with, first year with Michigan State, second year overall. Played a little for Oregon State a couple years ago. We're going to go, he might slot into the generic white guys category just because I think that's where he'll rank in the tier itself. I don't think he's going to be a 2024 Quinn Ewers. I don't think he's going to be a Dillon Gabriel. So right off the bat, black guy going in the generic white guys category, and that's okay. All right, here we go. Arch Manning. Where are we going to put? We're going to put him in 2024 Quinn Ewers right off the bat. I already know that people are hating me, and they hate me already. Look, he's going to be a good quarterback. I don't even know I got a sticky thing on my finger. He's going to be a solid quarterback, okay? Not this year. This isn't the year. First year in the system, first year starting in the system, I should say. This isn't going to be his year. Now, the schedule definitely makes it to where he could be in this 2015 Deshaun Watson category. That's his peak, I think, but I'm expecting some lesser stuff from Arch Manning this year. I'm not expecting a 2015 Deshaun Watson season. He could be in that 2024 Dillon Gabriel category. He's not a generic white guy. He's not a redhead. I either expect a lot from Arch Manning or just extreme disappointment from Arch Manning this year. You can book me down as an extreme disappointment guy. I may change 2 weeks before the season, but right now, as we sit, what's the day here? What's the day here? June 21st. As we sit in June 21st, 2025, I'm expecting to be disappointed by Arch Manning here. I am, okay? All right, come after me if you want. Next up, we have Ethan Kaliamalakis, okay, from Rutgers University. We're just going to put him in who? We don't really know anything about this guy. You can't even pronounce his name. He could go in redheads. We're going to put him in redheads. We're going to put him in redheads, and we're just going to move right on to Austin Simmons, quarterback Ole Miss. Going to take a sip here. That's good stuff. Water. Austin Simmons. This guy, yeah, I put him up there in 2015 Deshaun Watson category. This guy could be incredible for the Ole Miss Rebels, okay? Some of the throws he had a couple times last year when he came in relief of Jackson Dart, I was amazed. I was astonished, and I love what he's Gonna do. Avery Johnson, 2024 Quinn Ewers. Look, I was high on Avery Johnson last year. I'm high on him again this year, but I think he's going to disappoint. Okay, this is projections. Okay, this is what I think these guys are going to do. This isn't. This is their ceiling. Okay, this is what I think. Okay, because Avery Johnson's ceiling is a 2017 Tebow. Arch Manny's ceiling 2007 Tim Tebow. I guess all of these guys, technically, except for maybe Redhead here and Aiden Childs, I don't think they can get to Tim Tebow category. But the rest of the guys on there, the other three I've done so far, they can get to that 2007 Tim Tebow. Obviously, they're not going to have that season, but that's the tier they would be in if they win the Heisman, okay? But I think he's going to have a disappointing season, 2024 Quinn Ewers type year for Avery Johnson. Next up, Baron Morton, Texas Tech. We're just going to put him in DJU, okay? We know who he is. He can't go in who. He's not going to go in 2024 Quinn Ewers because I don't think he's going to be that good. I think this guy might get benched like a DJU, okay? I think it might be that situation for a Baron Morton this year, okay? Next up, we have Beau Pribula, okay? This man, I love a Beau Pribula, okay? He is what I think he fits perfectly in that Dillon Gabriel category, ladies and gentlemen. He has expectations. He showed flashes last year at Penn State when he came in for Drew Allar. We'll get to Drew Allar here in a little bit. I got 50 names to get through here, ladies and gentlemen. So this may be a long one, maybe short. I don't know. But I love Beau Pribula. I'm high on Beau Pribula. Okay. Next up, Redhead. Boom, right there. His name, if you care, is Billy Edwards. Okay, Billy Edwards Jr., I believe. So we're gonna slot him right in Redheads. He doesn't belong anywhere else. I mean, look at that. Here, we'll zoom in here. Look at that. I mean, that's the definition of Redhead right there. Good thing we zoomed in. Next up, Blake Shapen. This guy is probably gonna go in. He could go generic white guys. He could go redhead. I'm not sure if you would classify this as red hair for Blake Shapen, but he could go redheads category. I don't know if he's definitely not going to be up in these areas here, and he's definitely not. I'm going to put him in redheads. I expect a good season. Nothing spectacular. Redheads it is. Okay, next up we have Brendan Sorsby. Who? I know who he is. 99% of the universe does not. So he's our first who. And I think that is a good place for him. Bryce Underwood. Now, this is one where I could put him in the 2024 Quinn Ewers category, and I think I'm going to because everybody, we got this fly in here. This may be I may have to kill a fly during this video. Maybe the first one ever in the history of the Ian Fritz show. Look, Bryce Underwood. He's going to be a solid player. He really, really is. This year, is it going to be there? It's kind of similar to Arch Manning. First year, we're expecting this guy to win the Heisman Trophy. What? We cannot put these expectations on these guys, okay? So I'm going to put him in 2024 Quinn Ewers. Good season. Maybe a little disappointing for some of those lofty expectations people have for him. Cade Klubnik. Here we go. This is going to shock some people. He's my first in the Tim Tebow category. I'm going to have several there. I think he's going to be contending for a Heisman Trophy this year. The schedule is there. The offensive weapons are there, returning. Clemson has a good defense, so he's going to have a lot of opportunities. I love what we're going to see from Cade Klubnik this year. Okay, Carson Beck. I don't know what the expectations are for Beck this year. I'm not super high on him. I don't think they're super high expectations. He may go in the redheads category. He can't go in who. I don't think he's going in DJU category. So we're going to put him in 2024 Quinn Ewers category. And this may be a big category. Okay, because there's a lot of disappointing seasons for a lot of guys out there. Okay, and it should be kind of a bell curve situation. You know, it gets more guys in the middle of the list than there are at the edges. Okay, because those are the extremes. Those are the unique guys. Okay, moving right along, Chandler Morris. Some of you are like, well, who Chandler Morris? We're just going to put him in generic white guys. Quarterback Virginia this year, transferred to about 35 different schools. Next up, we have CJ Bailey. CJ Bailey, NC State. We're just going to put him in who? Yeah, I don't really know if I have to say anything else about that. CJ Carr, Notre Dame. We're also going to put him in who as well. Just who is this guy, really? Okay, next up. Is this Connor Wegman? It is Connor Wegman. Okay, Connor Wegman, generic white guy. Pretty easy. I don't think he's at Houston this year. I don't think we're going to see insane things from Connor Wegman this year. But I think we're having a solid season, so we're going to put him in the generic white guys category. Dante Moore, Oregon. Is this the most 2024 Dillon Gabriel ever? Because he is following Dillon Gabriel at Oregon in that offense. Weapons still there. Now they lost one of their receivers to what was it, ACL? I think maybe maybe it was a month ago now. But I expect a good stuff from Dante Moore this year. I expect good things from Dante Moore this year. Next up, Darian Mensah, Duke. I love Darian Mensah. I love his game. I love what he does. I love what he brings to the table. Now, has the money gone to his head? Possibly. It very well could have. Okay, it very well could have. But he's got a good game, ladies and gentlemen. What he did at Tulane, some of the things, yeah, dumb mistakes. A year older. I'm expecting some good things from Darian Mensah this year. Okay, Damon Williams Jr. from Washington University. This is a young guy. This is a tough one. He could go generic white guys. Definitely not a redhead. 2024 Quinn Ewers. A lot of people are expecting some nice things from him this year. He's not the bottom two. I think I'm going to put him right behind Arch Manning in the 2024 Quinn Ewers category. And we may have to bump Quinn Ewers up above generic white guys and redheads. Yeah, I think we're gonna bump Quinn Ewers above generic white guys. We're gonna yeah, I like that a little more. Yeah. So we're gonna put Damon Williams in 2024 Quinn Ewers. I think all three of these categories are still better than the DJU category. Poor Baron Morton down there. It's just tough. It's gonna be a tough season for him. I'm just letting everybody know. Who's this guy? What do we got? Devin Brown here from Cal, former Ohio State. We're going to put him in redhead. Is he a redhead? Kind of. Yeah, you can say he is. He is a redhead. Perfect spot for him. Next up, who we got? Is this Devin Dampier? Utah now. Former New Mexico Lobo. I like what he's bringing to the table, folks. I like what but now at Utah though. Like some of this is university driven. So he's not a who, he's not a redhead. I think he's going to be in that generic white guy category. I'm going to put him at the top of that category. Bottom of Quinn Ewers category, maybe the top of the generic white guys. We're going to put him top of the generic white guys. Next up, Diego Paiva. Okay, this guy's been in college for about 35 different years. He's not a who, he's not a DJU, he's not a redhead. He's a generic white guy. I'm going to put him at the bottom. I expect good things. It's just not going to be blown away because he's on Vandy. Okay, so we're right in the middle. Not too bad, not too great. That's exactly where he belongs. DJ Lagway. Boop. All the way to the top. He belongs there. Enough said. He's that good. He's that talented. Don't really need to mention other than that. He's incredible. Okay. And I expect incredible things from DJ Lagway. This is the definition of a generic white guy. Whoever that is. That's Drake Lindsay from Minnesota. Nobody knows who he is. Generic white guy. Yes. All right. Drew Allar is up next. I'm going to take a sip here before I break some hearts. Look, he's not that good. Drew Allar is not that good of a quarterback, okay? A lot of people are putting him as their number one quarterback. They're taking him over a lot of different quarterbacks in college football this year. I don't see it. I see some nice flashes. He makes some nice throws. I don't see everything that everybody else sees, and maybe I'm wrong. Hey, hand up. I admit when I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong here. And Drew Allar. Now, he's not going to go in DJU. He's not going to go in redhead. He will go in the Quinn Ewers category because he has expectations. He will not meet those expectations this year. People are slotting him for the Heisman. They're putting him in that Tim Tebow category for this tier maker list, okay? I'm not putting him there because he's not going to meet those expectations. I'm just, be prepared, everybody. Be prepared, okay? Be prepared for disappointment from Drew Allar. Next up, Dylan Raiola. Also, 2024 Quinn Ewers category. A lot of expectations. I might slide him up a little bit. I'm also going to slide up Bryce Underwood and Drew Allar. I think that's where they belong. A little higher. I'll put him above Avery Johnson. But just disappointing seasons. A lot of these guys in this category, high expectations, high caliber players, high potential disappointment. Okay? Disappointment. Next up, generic white guy, Eli Holstein. Look, we all know who he is. Former Alabama guy. Now at Pitt. Solid quarterback, but, who we kidding, okay? Who we kidding? That's where he belongs. This generic white guys category is exquisite, if I might add. Just a bunch of guys. Okay? Next up, who? He might be the top of the who list. Yeah, he's going at the top of the who list. I believe this is Elijah Brown, Stanford. He's the top of the who list. That's it. Fernando Mendoza, former Cal quarterback, now at Indiana. Will he be able to do the same thing last year Indiana did offensively? Possibly so. I can see it happening. He's a solid quarterback. I'm going to put him in the 2024 Dillon Gabriel category. A lot of people might disagree with me there, and that's okay. More than welcome to. I like him in that category. I like what he brings to the table. Are we going to slot him above Dante? No, we'll keep him right there. We'll keep him right there. Okay. Next up, we have Nussmeier, Garrett Nussmeier. I'm putting him at the top of this list. He's my pick for the Heisman Trophy. I think LSU has the best offense in 2025. Said that when the season ended last year. I think they're going to be that good offensively. I love what he brings to the table. He has every throw in the game. Now, mentally, is he there? Is he going to get it locked in? I think so, and that's why he's at the top of the list right now. I think he's winning the Heisman. He's taking that crown. He is. I'm going to say it right now. Nobody's being above Garrett Nussmeier this year. No, he is. That top left is locked down, going to nobody else but Garrett Nussmeier. Okay. Next up, we have Gio Lopez, North Carolina, former South Alabama guy. He's going to go. A lot of people probably don't know who he is, so I may put him in the who category. I know who he is. I'm familiar with his game. Solid quarterback, but a lot of guys don't know who this man is, so I'm going to put him in the who category, okay? Next up, we have Grayson James. He's also going in the who category. This is a Boston College guy. Nobody knows who that guy is. Gunnar Stockton. This is a tough one. I don't love what he brings to the table. I'm not super amazed by what he's got going on. So we're gonna put him in generic. We're gonna put him in generic white guys. I'm gonna slot. Yeah, we'll be okay with that. Redhead. Boom. I believe that is Haas Hedgney. And some of these quarterbacks, like a Haas Hedgney, have no idea how to pronounce his name. Oklahoma State. He's in a battle right now for the starting position. I just went with who I thought would probably end up winning. It could very well be the other guy he's battling with. And there are several of those throughout this video, but I'm going to put him there. I think that's where he's going to end up. So we'll go Haas Hedgney, Redhead. Redheads are filling out nice in this. I didn't realize we had that many. All right. Haynes King, Georgia Tech, great season last year. Can he back it up this year? No. So we're going to put him right behind Avery Johnson here in this 2024 Quinn Ewers category, okay? Jackson Arnold. I'm going to be extremely disappointed by him. OU guy last year, garbage. He would have been in this probably a redheads category, even though he's not redhead. So we're just going to put him in the 2024 Quinn Ewers category. He was in this category last year based on his performance. We're going to put him there again, and I'm going to put him at the bottom of this list. He has the throws. Mentally, I don't think he's there, okay? And you saw that. That was evident last year. Next up, BYU, generic white guy. He might be at the top of this list. Look at this guy. You can't argue with that, can you? No, you can't. Jalen Daniels. Boom. This is a guy 2-3 years ago. He was in the Heisman conversation 5-6 week into the season when Kansas was rolling. And if you don't remember that, yes, it was true. 2022, I believe. Solid quarterback. Kansas, I think they bounced back. They had like 12 losses last year where they were leading in the last 5 minutes of the game. Unreal stuff. I expect a lot from Jalen Daniels this year. All right. Jaden Maiva, USC quarterback, transferred in. How do I say this? He's that mold that Lincoln Riley loves to use, okay? He's mobile. He has throws. He doesn't have every single throw, but he's got the throws, and he can move around a little bit. Lincoln likes that mobile guy in the pocket. So I'm going to put him – he has the potential, especially in that Lincoln Riley offense, to be in this 2015 Deshaun Watson category. So I'm going to put him up there. And you know, I'm an OU guy. I'm a Lincoln Riley hater. But I think he has that potential to be in this category up here, 2015 Deshaun Watson. He really, really does. He's that talented. And the system, the schedule, all of those things favor him having a nice year. Next up, Jalen Henderson, West Virginia. Who? We're going who? He's been a couple years at Texas A&M, I believe. Transferred in there with Rich Rod at West Virginia. He's in the who. When we're getting a bell curve down here towards the bottom, starting to stick out a little bit. And I don't think that's bad because this upper echelon, that's where the people are. Okay, that is where the people are. Next up, who's this guy? What do we got here? What do we got? Joey Aguilar, Tennessee, formerly UCLA. Then they did the trade with Nico Imalava and himself. This is one I don't really know. I'm not super familiar with Joey's game. But something in my gut, and you know how we roll at the Infra Show. You go with your gut. Something in my gut tells me he has a nice year, especially in that offense over there at Tennessee. I like what he's going to do this year. I'm going to put him in that third category. I like how this is shaping out so far. To be honest with you, we got 20 guys left here or so. I like the structure of this tier maker so far. Okay, next up we have John Mateer. Boom. Boom. Is there anything else I need to say? No, this guy can contend for a Heisman Trophy this year at the University of Oklahoma. No doubt in my mind. I think he's that good. I think he's that talented. Am I an OU guy? I am. Credibility lost? Probably so. Don't care. He's going in the top of the list. Next up, Josh Hoover, generic white guy. Solid quarterback. We're going to slot him down a little bit. He's going to be above Chandler Morris. But he's good quarterback, solid guy. He'll get you some wins. He'll get you some losses as well. Generic white guys might have to go above 2024 win years. No. Julian Sayin. Boop. We're just going to put him right next to Bryce Underwood. Just right next to him. I'm going to put him above. I think he has a little better of a year. More talent there at Ohio State. We're going to slide him a little further up. We're going to put him right next to Arch Manning. They're similar situations, to be honest. He's going to be, they're buddies right there in that 2024 Quinn Ewers category. Expectations, disappointment for the expectations. It's not a horrific season. It is not a horrific season. Okay, let me get that out there. People are going to see Arch Manning, Julian Sayin, Damon Williams, this list right here. They're going to be like, this guy must have stunk. Okay, if he's fourth on this list. No. Solid season, but you didn't live up to what we thought you would be. Okay, that's why you're there. That is why you're there. Next up, who did we just put in here? Julian Sayin. Next up, we have Justin Martin. Who? He might be the definition of who. Nobody knows who this man is. Me as well. Hopefully, you guys in the who's, you prove us wrong, who's. Okay, Caden Salter, now at Colorado. I'm not sure there are a lot of expectations with him this year. And there should probably be a category in between generic white guys and Quinn Ewers. I just couldn't think of one. He would go in this category, so I'm going to put him at the bottom of the 2024 Quinn Ewers category. I think he slots in between generic white guys and that category. Next up, Kevin Jennings. He's going to be right next to Drew Allar. They're buddies, right next to each other. I like that for them. Who we got? Is this Kyron Jones? I think it is. It is Kyron Jones. This man, I believe he's only a sophomore going into his junior year, maybe. Maybe he's a redshirt junior, so he'll be a senior. Feels like he's been in college for 35 years. I'm just gonna be disappointed. Okay, I'm just gonna be disappointed. I don't want to watch him play football anymore. We know who he is. Bet. Okay, bet. Lenore Sellers. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna put DJ Lagway above Cade Klubnik. I like that a little more. I like that. Nuss, DJ Lagway, Cade Klubnik, Lenore Sellers, John Mateer. I like that top five. I like that next tier as well. These top three tiers are shaping up really nicely. And Luke Altmaier, he's gonna be right here in this category as well. Illinois, a lot of returning production. He had a great season last year. A couple mistakes. I like what we got. We have. He might be the definite. This is look. Don't take this the wrong way. I googled his name. Okay, I googled his name. It looks a little bit like a mugshot from Malachi Singleton. Okay, and it's just a generic picture. It is just a generic picture, but it looks right. Maybe I might be in the bottom left here. Right? It looks a little okay. But the rest of these pictures, I did a better job. My bad, Malachi. That's on me. But we're gonna put you in the who category. Okay, we are gonna put you in the who category. Marcel Reed. I think he's going to be disappointment. Good season, solid stuff. Disappointment. Okay, you're not going to exceed your expectations. You'll probably just come in below them. Okay. Now, Mark Mark Gronowski, I believe, is this man's name. Generic white guy. We're going to slot him in right there. I'm not expecting a lot from Mark Gronowski. I'm not expecting anything spectacular from him this year at Iowa. And I just think an Iowa quarterback has to be in that generic white guys category. It just makes sense. Miller Moss. Look at this photo from Miller Moss. He looks like oh no. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. That could have been bad, ladies and gentlemen. I did the thing on the computer. You swipe and just everything goes away. That could have been bad. But Miller Moss, that photo from Miller Moss right there, he looks like he's been in a James Bond film or something with this look he's got going on. Anyways, he's now at Louisville. I don't love his game. Everybody's blown away. I'm gonna put him in generic white guys. I'm gonna put him in generic white guys. Nico. Everybody's down on Nico. There are still expectations. He's got talent all over the place. I'm going to put him in the 2024 Dillon Gabriel. This may come back to bite me. He may be a little less than that, but I'm going to put him there. Noah Fafita, whatever it is, he's going to go here next to Caden Salter, right there in the middle. Good guy, good player, solid player, nothing crazy. Preston Stone, now at Northwestern. Boom, right there in the middle. Now here's the guy. This is another who. Bounced around, couple years at LSU. He is now at. Is this Ricky Collins? This is Ricky Collins. That man right there is Ricky Collins. I think I'm going to go in the bottom right because that is where I am not. Or that is where there is nothing. So I'm going to be in that bottom right. That's Ricky Collins at Syracuse. Just put him into the who category. Nobody knows anything about this guy. Spent 2 years being a backup. Nothing spectacular. Robbie Ashford up next. He's been in college football for 12 years. I had to double check this. He is still in college. He has not retired. He is now at Wake Forest. I'm going to put him in the DJU category. These three guys right here, I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them watching them play football. I'm done with them. Get out of here. Okay, we're good. We're good. Go figure something else out. This is not it. Rocco Becht. Boom. Leader in the clubhouse in the 2015 Deshaun Watson category. And just back-to-back, Sam Levitt as well. I think he has that potential to be in that category as well. I like what they can do. I like those players. Solid quarterbacks. Okay, next up, Sawyer Robinson, another Big 12 guy. There's a lot of these Big 12 quarterbacks that you just throw in this category of a lot of potential, and they may get there. He's coming in. Really solid season last year. I'm going to put him in the 2024 Dillon Gabriel. I like him a little higher up here. A little higher up. We're going to put him right behind Beau Pribula. I think Beau Pribula takes this crown as that 2024 Dillon Gabriel guy, but we're going to put him right there in that category as well. Taylon Green, Arkansas. Love this man's game. Above Fernando Mendoza. Is it Fernando Mendoza? I think it is. Anyways, Taylon Green, Arkansas. This guy, athleticism, off the charts. Got to figure it out throwing the football wise. Okay? Next up, we got a who, definition of a who. Now at UCF, this is Taven Jackson. What are we doing? Okay? I think your time has ended. He might go in that DJU cat. Now we'll leave him there. We're running out of redheads here. We're running out. Thomas Castellanos, now at FSU. FSU was a disaster, as we know, last year at the quarterback position. So Mike Norvell just had to go out and get a guy. And I like Castellanos. I like him. I believe he sat some of the year with Boston College. My memory is failing me at this moment. But he's going to go in this 2024 Quinn Ewers category. Expectations, does he meet them? Probably not. But solid season. Next up, generic white guy, Ty Simpson, Alabama. Leader in the clubhouse and generic white guy. Leader in the clubhouse. Going to finish it up with Zach Calzada. He's not a redhead, but we're going to put him in the redhead category because it has a tint. It has a shade. It has that possibly look to it. This is the final list. Now I'm going to run through this, see if I see anything that doesn't make sense. see what people are going to be upset about, see if I can already answer your questions. Now, I've talked about the Arch Manning thing, that he's been on that graphic for a long time over there with Quinn Ewers next to his name. This season is good enough for Texas to win the national championship. Let me get that out there. They have all that talent. This is still a season that they can win a championship. It's just not going to get him a Heisman. It's not going to get him the accolades. It's not going to get him the history of being one of the all-time greats in college football. It's not going to get him that this year. Next year, he may be the top. He may be where Garrett Nussmeier is, okay? Because Garrett Nussmeier probably would have been in the 2024 Quinn Ewers category last year. But this top 5, I think these are your top contenders for the Heisman this year. And then this next 5, I think those guys have a shot at it. Maybe a lesser shot, but I think they can, with a nice season, they'll be in that conversation. But I expect one of these top 5 guys to win the Heisman Trophy. And if it's not one of these top 5 guys, I would be shocked. Now, we are 6 months away from the Heisman Trophy being announced, so I may be getting ahead of myself here. But I think it's going to be one of these 5 guys. Garrett Nussmeier, DJ Lagway, Cade Klubnik, Lenore Sellers, or John Mateer. That is the tier list of the 2025 projected starting college quarterbacks at all the Power 4 schools. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did not, tell me what you disagree. And you may disagree and still enjoy the video, and I thank you for that. Comment down below what you disagree with, where you would put some of these guys, and let me know. I'll respond to you. Subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game. 45, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh my